This is an Oklahoma Freedman history moment. Land. Do you have ancestors on the Dawes Roll? Did they receive a land allotment? Do you know where that allotment actually is? Can you find it today if you wanted to drive there? And how do you find out where it was and what's there now? Well, here are a few steps to follow. Find the roll number of your targeted ancestor. That's your very first step. Then you want to locate the allotment file sorted by the roll number. And then, of course, you want to locate the land. So, how do you find the roll number? Examine the record. Everybody knows what this is. This is a Dawes card. And my targeted ancestor is Sally Walton, my great-grandmother. We see that Sally's roll number was 3748. That's the number stamped on the card to the left of her name. Now, there are two places online to locate these land records. One, of course, is Ancestry, and the other is Family Search. On Ancestry, to find the card, you're going to go to a site that's going to look like this: Oklahoma and Indian Territory, Dawes cards for the 5 civilized tribes, 1898 to 1914. So we go back to the Dawes card, record her number, and then keep in mind her roll number. You want to then go to another collection on Ancestry called Oklahoma and Indian Territory, land allotment jackets for the 5 civilized tribes, 1884 to 1930. If you're looking on Family Search, this is what that particular search page is going to look like. Oklahoma applications for allotment, 5 civilized tribes, 1899 to 1907. So whatever site you're accessing, even if you're looking on microfilm, you sort by roll number. Remember, Sally's roll number was 3748. We see her file and we see her number stamped twice on that outside envelope. What are you going to look for? You're going to look for the township, the range, and the section where to find her allotment. Also, you want to know the rest of the legal description. You see something right in the middle where it says subdivision, the northwest quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 8, Township 4 North and Range 26 East. So, Township 4 North, Range 26 East, Section 8. Well, going to find the allotment map first, and we want to locate the land today. 2 critical websites. The National Archives actually has digitized allotment maps. There is the website for you to find it, catalog.archives.gov/ID/652462. Then there's another site, Acre Value, which is a great website to locate the land today and find the value of that land. But you can also find a lot more. You can find who owns it and so much more. But remember those 2 websites. Now, at the National Archives website, when you go to that website, that archives.gov with that ID number, you're going to come to a page that looks like this, and there's a blue button in the bottom left, and it says search within this series. When you click on that, you're going to get pages and pages of maps. Each little thumbnail is a different map. And you're going to have to find your correct map, which unfortunately, these are not sorted in any type of what I can find numerical order by township or range or section. So you're just going to have to go page by page. On the 9th page, I find Township 4 North, 26 East of the Indian Meridian in Indian Territory. Well, clicking on that map, I see now Township 4 North, Range 26 East of the Indian Meridian in Indian Territory. The map is divided into sections. Section 1 starts in the upper right-hand corner, and then it proceeds to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, as you zoom in on the map, you'll be able to see the sections that I've highlighted in green for you. The green circles are showing you where on the map those sections are. So as you look, as I zoom out and then zooming in more closely. So section 8, which you can see right by the red arrow, you see section 8 stamped there, but of course it's kind of hidden by other things. So you know her land allotment was in section 8. And right there above that, you see 3748. What is that? That's Sally's roll number. There is her 40-acre land allotment. And to the right, you see 3749, which was one of her sons, 3750, which was another son, and 3747, that was actually her husband's allotment. And right above her husband's allotment, you actually see 3751, which is part of her daughter's allotment. The remaining 20 acres appeared on another map. So as we look again at section 8, and you see outlined in red squares, we see the family in terms of their land. You see their lands were next to each other for the most part. So again, looking back at Sally, we now know, and you see the value of knowing that roll number because it's going to lead you to the land. But that map from the archives doesn't really tell you exactly where it is today. So this is when you go to acrevalue.com. You want to locate the land today. And when you get on this site and start to play around with it and go into the map, you're going to get a huge map. But don't forget where you're trying to go. Township 4 North, 26 East, Section 8. You're going to get a whole map of North America. But as you start to zoom in, you want to keep zooming in. You're going to see some roads, some rivers, some cities, other cities in that region, but you continue to zoom in. You start to see other things. You start to see neighboring communities, neighboring towns as well. So we keep zooming in, and eventually the grid maps appear from the old plat maps. And what are we looking for? We're looking for 4 North, 26 East, Section 8. And there we find it. 4 North, 26 East, Section 8. Zooming in again. Now this is Section 8. Remember, you want to think of it as divided into 4 large quadrants. And then don't forget, in the packet, you also have an allotment map, or you have a plat map. In Section 8, remember, she's in that northeast quadrant, but she's the northwestern part of the northeastern quadrant of Section 8. So what does that mean? That means that there is Sally's land. I put red lines on that map so you can see the quadrants. And of course, she's that northwestern portion of that northeastern portion of Section 8. And of course, right next to hers was one of her sons. And of course, if the map were to be extended, you could find land pertaining to the rest of the family. So simply remember, find the legal land description, locate the allotment map from the National Archives, and locate the land today on AcreValue. But one other thing too, it's important as you zoom out, as you remember some of the neighboring towns and communities appear, and you can actually see from the AcreValue site, you'll be able to see the names of streets or country roads and so much more. So you want to really get into it, play with the site. There's a lot to find. Remember, every enrollee received a land allotment. You want to check to see if your family members were also allotted land near each other, or did they have to cross some other person's land to get to their families? For information on what may have happened since land allotment, if the land is no longer in the family, you may have to hire or get the services of an abstract company located typically in the county seat that can assist you with that process. process. There is a fee that will be charged for that service. So, once again, I will simply ask the question, do you know where your ancestors' land was? And can you find it today? Thanks for watching. This has been an Oklahoma Freedman History Moment.